Hello friends and enemies alike, my name is Preston in the bathroom and this is my first ever video on this channel. I love all things theater and theater related, so I decided to make a channel where I could share my interest with everybody else. My favorite group in all of theater is Star Kid Productions, no doubt about it. Those watching this video know what Star Kid is, so I'm not going to explain it to you, but I probably will in a future video. Just know that they're an independent theater company who posts all of their musicals on YouTube for us to enjoy. One of their musicals is called Nerdy Prudes Must Die, which is part of the Hatchetfield series, which has been going on since 2018. To celebrate the end of an era and a start of a new one, with Cinderella's Castle hopefully coming out soon next year, I'm going to be ranking every song from Nerdy Prudes Must Die in this video. Nerdy Prudes Must Die is praised to have some of the best music in all of the Hatchetfield trilogy, including Nightmare Time, so let's put that to the test and see if that's correct. I don't want this intro to be the longest thing ever, so let's cut to the chase here. Number 15.
And now, welcome onto the field, tonight's opponent, the Clydesdale Chemists.
Fuck you, Clydesdale, you're fucked, you're fucking losers, and we'll kill your ass.
Number 15 is Go Go Nighthawks. Now, I'm not going to say that I hate this song or that I even dislike it. It's fun, catchy, and Fuck You Clydesdale is quite literally the funniest thing ever conceived of in a human mind. All of the songs in this musical are pretty bangin', to be honest. This one just so happens to be my least favorite. Let me try to explain why. First things first is that it sounds like a school spirit song, which isn't bad in and of itself because it shows that the school has finally got their spirit back, haha funny, and also they're preparing for the big game, but I have marching band trauma, so fuck you. I don't like school spirit songs. Also, the part at the beginning where John Madison sings isn't that great, unfortunately. The chorus is fine, just not my favorite of the show. The song isn't bad, like I was saying before, it's just my least favorite of the show, so there's that. Besides Fuck You Clydesdale, my favorite part was Kurt and Corey's, but other than that, on to number 14.
I'm the best of you, and you're the best of me, and together we are free to run around.
Up next on our list is The Best of You. I don't have many problems with this song, to be honest. It sounds like a Disney Channel original movie song, which obviously is intentional here. This is because they're at a prom, and this is obviously the kind of cheesy pop music that would be played at a prom. And also because they're in a John Hughes style, like, teen movie type thing, so it makes sense for it to end like this. And I do enjoy an occasional listen to those songs, but not as much as the other kinds of songs Nerdy Prudes Must Die has to offer. Like, it's a good song. Jeff did good. Oh, by the way, Jeff Blim writes all these songs. You probably know that, but, like, just in case you didn't. It perfectly encapsulates that teen movie energy, like, so does the whole premise. Like, tell me you haven't heard this one before. The popular girl and the geeky guy? What? It's a good way to quote-unquote end off the musical. And what's super funny is I'm pretty sure, check this out because I'm not fully sure, I'm pretty sure canonically Nitty Beast, the people from the Nightmare Time episode Killer Track, canonically wrote this song. That's good, I like that. And it is a good song, but I just like others more, so that's why it's in number 14. But now, number 13.
We're gonna keep the beans cool. We're gonna keep the beans the cool. Keep the beans the cool. Keep the beans cool. Beans cool? Excellent!
Everybody better keep their goddamn beans cool about this. Anyway, number 13 is Bully the Bully. It's always fun getting an Angela-led song, and there were luckily quite a few in this. Bully the Bully is my least favorite of her songs, though. And I keep saying this, but just because it's this low doesn't mean I dislike it, I just like it less than the rest above it. With that being said, let's talk about what I don't like about this song. And it's not much. I know I just quoted it, but the beans cool thing gets less funny on rewatches and kind of drags out the song around that part. I'm not really a big fan of John's "We'll make him shit his pants." And let me check my notes. Yeah, that's it. I quite like this song. The harmonies, of course, make my brain tingle, because that's what harmonies do to an autistic brain, and the choreography is fire. In fact, while I'm editing this right now, I'm realizing you can see the choreography in the video, and look at that shit, man. I like how Pete and Steph kind of start a little apathetic to the idea, but then their friends get really into it, so they get into it. It's cute. I don't really have much to say that won't be said in number 12. Oops, spoilers!
We're free. notice he's gone? This is Hatchetfield. People go missing every day.
Oh no, she's snapping again.
Number 12 is Barry the Bully, which I laughed out loud hearing for the first time watching it last year. It's a perfectly funny reprise to Bully the Bully, but still kind of chilling because, Grace, how many bodies have you buried? What the fuck? How do you know this stuff? The only reason I like it more than Bully the Bully is because it had that laugh out loud moment on my first watch, and because the harmonies hit a little better here, when Steph is like, Barry Bully, in the background of that one part. I like how Grace and Ruth are the only ones who are still on board with this whole thing. Grace because she's absolutely unhinged, and Ruth because she just wants to cut off this man's nips. Also, a funny thing is that in the cast recording, after Ruth says, I just cut off his nips, Grace goes, give those to me. Why do you want those nips, Grace? Answer me. Number 11.
Should I flip the burgers now? Should I double check it's well done on the outside, not within the... I turned 40 today.
Number 11 is the first solo on the list, Just for Once. It's Ruth's solo. Also, I just wanted to mention this. Ruth is so obviously bisexual, they didn't even need to mention it. She's in theater and she has a mushroom on her shirt. I mean, come on, guys. Pepperoni and cheese, Ruth. You were the horniest out of the horny nerds. I like this song. It's a good song. Preston, you've said they're all good songs. Blah, blah, blah. You keep saying the same thing. Well, they're all good songs, okay? I don't know what the fuck to say. I'll say sometimes Lauren's real voice does slip out when she goes into higher parts, but I think that's a good thing because I like hearing Lauren's voice. Some people don't like her singing, by the way. I didn't know that. Some people have told me that. What the fuck, guys? Come on. Anyway, this song is about her pretending to be in the barbecue monologues, but the song itself also reflects her real life. It's a cool concept, and Lauren Lopez nails it as the nerdy, awkward teen who wants to be something bigger. Like, she wants to be in the school play, she wants to be in theater, but she really can't, and she's really not good at it. Like, while she's acting as Ruth acting, she's kind of overacting, but like subtly overacting, not like super big and incredibly extravagant like this, but like something over the top where you would notice it. I also like how at the beginning Ruth pantomimes herself a glass, but as soon as the music starts, she ends the pantomime, which shows that she's not really a good actor. The song itself is also sung very well, with Lauren almost never dropping Ruth's voice and nasally tone. Also, at some points, it sounds like she's sharp, but I think that's intentional because of how awkward the character is supposed to be. They want her song to be awkward as well. Overall, a pretty good song, but not good enough for the top 10. Speaking of which, number 10.
You see, this spell lets me devour your soul. The souls of the pervs make me strong.
Grace, you're freaking me out! Dirty Dudes Must Die is so good, guys. Like, really, the amount of Angela crazy in this song, the surprise of her still having the black book and deciding to invoke the names to basically, like, eat the souls of the pervs is crazy. Very cool, and a killer way to end off a Hatchetfield story. I also like the flipping of the original song, Nerdy Prudes Must Die, to being Dirty Dudes Must Die. That's very funny. Nothing left to say except darkness will spare my soul, will tickle my autistic brain until the day I die. Time for number 9. Anyway, Dirty Dudes Must Die.
I'm a good girl.
I'm hungry for more.
I'm a good girl who on occasion gets dirty.
This might be controversially high, but I'm going with Dirty Girl as my number 9 pick. I know that some people find this song uncomfortable, and nobody is wrong to feel that way. I'm just saying that I don't find it uncomfortable. Listen, y'all, my favorite genre of music is rap. I hear worse things than this on the daily. It's okay. Anyway, you guys might have noticed that this is the first song Will Branner's in. All of his songs are impeccable. This is just his least good showing. Also, this has nothing to do with the song, I just wanted to say it. I love how Grace wears a bathing suit to take a bath, like she said she did in abstinence camp. That's good attention to detail, and it helps make sure that they can show this scene. Angela's expressions really do a lot of heavy lifting in this song. She has to go from absolutely befuddled to being kinda into it, to being really scared and rejecting the idea, to being absolutely fully into it, and she does that very well. This is also the best duet she ever has had and ever will have, don't at me. Califor MIA can go screw itself, I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. Their voices work really well together, the melody is really nice, the body acting is really good, and not to mention that Angela and Will are mommy and daddy respectively. Now I need to go take a bath for no reason. On to number 8.
I'm as cool as she thinks I am. I'm as cool as she thinks I am. Whoa, whoa. Then again, I'm deranged.
Number 8 is Cool As I Think I Am. If there was like a Star Kid award show, which now thinking about it I should definitely do, the most improved award would definitely go to Joey Richter. Starting off as Draco Malfoy in a Harry Potter musical, he became a fan favorite and got the lead role in their second musical, Me and My Dick, where he played Joey Richter. Why'd they do that? Now, watching Me and My Dick again... Oh dear, I shouldn't say it like that, but whatever. Watching Me and My Dick again, I've come to learn that sadly, Joey was not that great a singer back then. Seeing how far he's come now makes me very happy because I love Joey Richter. And here he is in his third lead role as Pete. And also the second solo. The second out of 3. They didn't have many solos in this show. This song goes hard for many reasons. First, it goes hard because, well, I just like the way it sounds. The melody's really good. It's sang very well by Joey, not losing his voice ever at all, which is very cool. I also like it because the music reacts how he's feeling. At the start of it, it's very low. As he gets more confident in himself, it goes up, and near the end when he starts to doubt himself again, it immediately goes back down instead of crescendoing up, which you would think it would do at the end of a ballad like this. Y'all, Pete needs to love himself more. Anyway, on to number 7.
You bet they can, oh babe, you bet they can. Don't need a lover boy, need a lover man. Sure, I'm a sapiosexual, you're intellectual, but I call my lover losses when I can.
Number 7, If I Loved You. Wow, it's really funny that we have If I Loved You and Cool As I Think I Am right next to each other, isn't it? It's quite ironic when you think about it. And I mean that in the sense of dramatic irony, that I know something you don't. Haha, ha ha. Well, you probably know what I'm talking about anyway, but fuck you, I want to have fun in life. Mariah does an absolutely standout performance in this song, with Joey backing her up really well. With tensions at an all-time high, you know, with their friend being dead and with them possibly being next, the two of them sing a song to reaffirm their disdain for each other, even after they decided they did in fact like each other the other day, but whatever. They desperately need the other one to know, hey, I don't love you. And in doing so, you can cut the sexual tension with a butter spoon. It's a really catchy song and one that I go back to often. I love the two actors and their singing is great, so that's why it's up here. It's really nothing more than that. Anyway, on to number 6.
Who will pray for you? Who will pray for when your body's gone? This is the consequence for what you've done. What did you say?
Ooh, doggy, now we're at the title number, and I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, Preston, why isn't this number 1? Also, you look really good today, man. You should feel better about yourself. First things first, thank you so much. You didn't have to say that. Oh my god. And secondly, the big secret about why this isn't number 1 is... I just like 5 other songs better than it. It's really not that deep. People like different things. I can, however, say that this song objectively slaps, and if you don't think so, you have to leave. Like, every song from this point is just... I don't know, like, every song has slapped up till now, but these songs just, like, slap different. I don't know what to say, man. I'll say, though, that I feel it is a tiny, itty-witty bit overhyped. because of the last part, when that's only a small part of it. The rest of the song slaps too, it's just like that last part carries it for most people. And I just think 5 other songs hold their general quality a little better than this song does. Not to say that this song doesn't do well. It's like in the top 6, and I said all these songs are great, so there's that. You guys have a nice day. Numero 5.
I'm dead.
This is definitely the song I sing most out of this soundtrack. Like, I'll legit be at work being like, high school is killing me. It's got me all out of rhythm on my melody. Like, it's legit a problem. The other day I was just making some order and going like, and I can survive it for only so long. And this dude came out of the break room and he was like, who's that fucking bellowing? Dude, bellowing? Are you William Shakespeare? Whatever, that is a full tangent I just went on. The point is, this song goes crazy. And as somebody who watched this before they watched Nightmare Time, which by the way, watch Nightmare Time, guys, it's fucking great. But I didn't see Abstinence Camp before this, so I didn't know who Pete and Steph were. But this song was very good exposition into their characters, how they act, and their dynamic with each other. By the way, Abstinence Camp, along with Perky's Buds, make my favorite episode of Nightmare Time. In general, it's great. I also like Grace's smug little ass smile after she, exposed the two of them for cheating. She's like, yeah, I did that. Fuck are you gonna do, Smokey the Bear? Except she wouldn't say fuck, because she is a good Christian girl who only does normal things, like fantasize about men and dismember bodies. John Madison and Lauren Lopez's part at the beginning is so good too. Like, I fanboy every time John goes, I'm dead. Anyway, enough of me trying to sing, on to number 4.
I've never known darker times, and I've covered the protests live at the Hatchetfields Kennel. I am Dan Reynolds, with Action News, weekdays at 10 p.m.
He is Dan Reynolds. Anyway, number 4 is Hatchet Town. Like I said before, the ensemble numbers go absolutely ham in this musical. This song shows the paranoia that can come over a small town when something bad happens, specifically when 2 young boys are murdered. As the opening number for Act 2, it really gets you hyped to see where this whole thing is gonna go. The song also exemplifies everybody's character. Mayor Lauder telling everybody to point their fingers at each other instead of him and his family, just so he can secure his job. Officer Bailey really only caring about these murders because of the football team. Karen, the Christian mom, blaming the druggie, only in the pro shot version though. Boy Jerry talking about something grotesque and immediately blaming somebody random. By the way, I only learned John was playing Boy Jerry in this after listening to the cast album. I Am Dan Reynolds isn't on the same level as I'm Dead or Fuck You Clivesdale, but it's almost there. Also, all the cameos in the Pro Shot version make me happy. Like, it's good to see Barry and Gerald alive in this universe. Also, what did Dan Reynolds mean by, I certainly don't love killing? Like, I could ask the same for Ziggs, but, they did kill a bunch of birds, so, that's excused and stuff. Dan, who did you kill? Oh, I totally forgot to mention, Bryce's part gives me an eargasm. That's it, on to number 3.
You're not as cool as you think you are, but you're as smart as I know you are. If I loved you, if I can finally, if I loved you.
I cry every time, I really do. Number 3 is Cool As I Think I Am reprised. I've always been a sucker for a good love ballad, and this one where they make use of the previous songs, If I Had Loved You and Cool As I Think I Am, really works in the way that they're trying to do it. Taking the lyrics from If I Loved You and transporting them to a context where they actually do love each other is absolutely insane, and the Cool As I Think I Am lyrics just hit different this time around. The drop will never not destroy me. Joey and Mariah kill it throughout the whole musical, of course, but in this song especially, where you can feel the chemistry and the heartbreak once they realize that one of them has to die. To the point where the first time I was watching this, unlike most people I've seen, I wasn't being like, why doesn't Grace give something up? I was like, Holy shit, one of them is gonna die, and anything that can suck me into that point is, oh, I love it. Despite how much I love it, though, I don't really have much else to say about it, so we're on to number 2 now.
Hello, Wendy Wins.
Ah, the summoning. If you don't love this one, I'll find you. At first, you'd think I'd dislike this one because of all the dialogue, but actually no, this is one of the few dialogue-heavy songs that I always listen to fully when it comes up on my playlist. First things first, all the Lords in Black are iconic, especially John as Wiggly. Like, that man deserves every Tony they've got. When I first heard the beginning section, like Pocotho, I thought it was going to be another short kind of throwaway song like Let 'Em Come, but boy was I wrong. After Hello Fwendy Wens, it picks up 100-fold. Speaking of that part, I so very nearly screamed when that happened. Like, I was so happy, especially because John would now be singing a song as Wiggly. Let's fucking go! When it comes to physical acting, I think John is the best Star Kid to do it in recent years. And his Wiggly voice in this is just far enough away from his original one, but still close enough to where it seems more threatening, but also still Wiggly. All the Lords were perfectly cast, though, and sounded just like they did in Nightmare Time, despite not being voiced by the same people. I love when Pokey goes, "What do you want, Steph?" Because we know he works with, like, desires and things, and we also knows that he's the one responsible for the guy who didn't like musicals. Them saying, "We don't give a shit about your phone," is very funny, and John's articulation when he says, "What's in your pocket, Stephanie?" is very funny as well. But that whole "Stephanie has got a gun" part is crazy, like, threatening, scary, creepy, you know? My favorite Lord in Black in this show specifically is definitely John's Wiggly, but I think Corey's Pokey or Kim's Nibbly is not far behind. The whole experience is colorful and fun, yet creepy and intense, and I love it so much for that. But as much as I love this song, there's still one I prefer over it. And by process of elimination, you guys probably know what it is, so let's stop my prattle and go on to number 1.
I roar and you cry. I'm the reason you run and hide. I'm a literal.
I'm not sure what the general consensus is for Literal Monster, but I can say that it's my favorite song of the show. It starts off like The Night Belongs to Snarl from Firebringer, with all these nerds talking about how evil and horrendous this one guy is before we even get to see him. And then after the halfway mark, well, we get to see him. Max Jaegerman is my favorite villain in the entire Hatchetfield saga, and yes, that includes the Lords in Black and all of the Nightmare Time villains. I do surprisingly love me some Boy Jerry, though. But that's not what this is about. Just why do I love this song so much? 1, because there's never a dull moment. Sure, there's dialogue in between the nerd part and the Max part, but 1, that's taken out of the cast recording. And 2, it helps bring the story along in a not boring way. Not saying that the dialogue in The Summoning or something was boring, just that a lot of times dialogue in a song can be boring. In this one, it's definitely not. Kim's part, like, he roars and we cry. Straight up chills, dog. Like, I immediately knew at that point that this was going to be one of my favorite songs. And then Max came in and said, "I roar and you cry." And it was cemented in at least my top 3. I love the performances, I love the melodies, I love the dialogue, and I love this song. And now that we've ranked all these songs, I bet you're wondering, unless you're not, Preston, are you gonna rank all the other Star Kid musical songs? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna rank them in reverse order since I started with Nerdy Prudes, but that's no biggie. Also, I'm definitely going to skip VHS Christmas Carol until we get, like, a full filmed version of the whole thing, which I know we technically did, but it's like, that was a limited time thing, and I didn't want to, like, cement it on YouTube forever by having it in my video, so none of that. So next time it's going to be Nightmare Time 2. I hope you liked this video and at least are okay with my picks, and if you aren't, I mean, tell me yours in the comments. It only helps us both. I will also, of course, be ranking the Cinderella's Castle songs when it comes out, because, oh, I'm gonna love those. But anyways, my name is Preston in the bathroom, and I will see y'all next time.